Dolton residents are ready for a change. Tiffany Henyard has been voted out of the mayor's office.
Joni joins us now with details on this major defeat for Tiffany Henyard. Joni, good morning.
Good morning. Dolton voters, they handed Mayor Tiffany Henyard the defeat and victory to the challenger, Jason House, who will move on to the general election. House won 88% of the vote in what was a bigger turnout than the last election 4 years ago. Now,
guys, what does this mean? What we're looking at now is an absolute rejection of this idea of these black politicians that think that they can just come in these positions and do whatever they want to do. That's the truth of the matter, man. Like, Tiffany Henyard has come in. She's been a wild, ratchet, ghetto representation of black women. And I guess the community is finally sick of it.
Now, Mayor Tiffany Henyard yesterday predicted a landslide, but it went the other way. She has been under investigation by the FBI. The Board of Trustees hired Lori Lightfoot to look into the village's finances. Yet Henyard kept her confidence when she visited the polls. Jason House promised more transparency in Dolton and said that the results represent a new future for the village. But Henyard said, don't count her out.
If you don't win, what are you going to do?
I might run for something bigger. You never know. We're not going to talk about that till we get the results, but I am confident.
Lord help us if she run for something bigger. But after what you put people through, I just can't see that happening. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't see it happening.
I will have a landslide this evening. My residents do love me despite fake news not showing the good that I do in the community, because I do a ton of good. But y'all just painted me as bad news for 4 years.
You think that was a Freudian slip? Guys, let me know in the comment section. Do you think that was a Freudian slip? And this is the guy that beat her. He's a black man. You can't claim racism. You can't say it's because of racism. No, a black community voted you out and replaced you with a black man because you weren't good at your job. You didn't do well. You were mismanaging funds. You were making way more money than you should have. You know what I mean? Man, it's just...
We faced 4 years of intimidation, 4 years of failure, and tonight is the new day for the community of Dolton.
And Mayor Henyard apparently didn't show up last night after the results were in. Jason House, he will face independent candidate Cassandra Hobson-Jordan. That election is April 1st.
Why are these women candidates such bad sports? Do y'all remember how Kamala Harris didn't come out? She didn't even come out, had all those people waiting for her on election night, and she ain't even come out and make a statement until the next day. Like, why are y'all such bad sports?
Voter turnout for this election was about 24%, but 4 years ago, it was under 10%. Reporting live.
So that means that the outrage for this woman has nearly doubled the local voter turnout. Doubled it. And this is the thing. This is like, I need y'all to understand that this is what we're talking about when we say, oh, what's the problem with DEI, right? The problem with DEI is when you have these people who are coming into these positions that aren't qualified, and then, you can say, oh, well, the president isn't qualified, Donald Trump isn't qualified, but how has Donald Trump ruined the country? We can't blame a certain pandemic on him. So look at this. When you get this black woman, the youngest black woman to ever be in the position that she's in, possibly the only black woman to ever be in the position that she's in for where she is. And this woman uses it to be ratchet, to jump into fights with her pookie boyfriend, to mismanage funds, overpay herself, live the dream, right? Look, let's just be real. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. There's corruption everywhere, but we're not gonna sit here and pretend like you should get a pass if you're bad at it, right? Maybe the good ones just don't get caught. We can't speak on who isn't caught. But what I do know is that America is sick of this. They're sick of pushing these people and supporting these agendas about these people who aren't qualified, don't have the best interests of other people, and make life in general harder for other people. We didn't see racism here. We didn't see white man trying to keep somebody down. What we saw is a community take a chance on a black woman. That black woman let them down. And now that community says, you got to get the out of here. That's what we're looking at. That's the truth. That is the facts. Now, do you think Tiffany Henyard is going to take accountability for that? I don't think so. Do you think that she's going to be like, oh, well, maybe I was wrong for how I did things. Maybe I should correct myself. Maybe try again. No. No accountability. No accountability. None at all. And that's why they voted you out. It's honestly pathetic. It's honestly pathetic. Let's take a look at this other clip real quick.
This is the end of an era for Tiffany Henyard in Dolton. The embattled leader lost the race for re-election, but that was only one of several races in the suburbs yesterday. Political analyst Tom Seraphin is with us this morning to go over all of the big races. Tom, thanks for coming in.
Sure, good morning.
I like it when you stop by. Yeah. Let's start with Dolton, because that is the most controversial and going to be the most talked about this morning. It seems that voters there have had enough. Over 80% voted Tiffany Henyard out of office.
Landslide.
A landslide.
Wow.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that. The curious thing to me wasn't necessarily the landslide, but it was only the 24% of voters in Dolton went to the polls.
Well, that's the problem. And if you take a look at all the municipal elections yesterday, a lot of them were under 20%. So just in contradiction to what happened nationally, where everybody seemed to come out and vote for, either Trump or Biden in the last election, now we're back, all of a sudden sitting back and we're not getting involved again.
People don't vote for their local elections, but then they want to complain about politicians. Even the 24 that showed up, anybody that has a problem with Tiffany Henyard losing, maybe you should be mad that you didn't show up. 80-something% of people that showed up, of the 24%, 80% of them didn't rock with her. So you can't be mad at the results because you guys don't go out and vote in local elections, right?
But Dolton was on the front page of all the newspapers for months. It's on the national news. The fighting inside the city council hearings, the boyfriend, the girlfriend issues, the money issues. We have the former mayor from city of Chicago doing the analysis down there. And, which it was a made-for-TV movie. It probably will be made into some kind of movie in the future. But
she's definitely gonna get a movie, guys. She's definitely gonna get a movie, but it's not gonna be for what she wants it to be. And that's the thing. She's gonna be forever. Tiffany Henyard is gonna forever be known as the ghetto ratchet mayor, and there's no one to blame for that but herself. Nobody to blame for it but herself. What more is there to say? She's pathetic, and I don't know. I hope she gets it together. I really do.